Hi there, Dead Ideal Boy here, back with another video on the channel, and this time we are jumping into Daily Race B. It's Group 4 and it's at Spa, and we do not own the correct car for this race. When I say correct car, the car that's dominating the leaderboard, and that is the Group 4 GTR. So we go in and we unfortunately have to rent this car, so a bog standard livery on it. So as we jump in, we'll see in the lobby a very notable player behind us. That's right, it's GT Arc. Now if you're not familiar with GT Arc, just do a YouTube search for that name and you'll see plenty of videos, even for myself, about this particular driver. Now I have to say, I believe he has cleaned up his act a lot recently and I haven't had any issues with him, so I'm not as worried as I had been in previous races, having Mr. Arc directly behind us. We've got an Italian in front of us, his compatriot, who set a very quick qualifying time, and because, well, I say very quick because I thought I had set a pretty quick qualifying time, but he was a couple of tenths quicker still, so I knew that it was going to be difficult to get a victory in this race. However, we've been helped out slightly by the wall at turn 1 as the Italian decides to have a little conversation with Barry R as we head down the straight for the first time and up the hill. Now I've got a run on him here, so I have a decision to make. We could work with him, try and break away from Mr. Arc and the rest of the field and make it a 2-car race, or we can go for it because this is YouTube. It's only 4 laps, it's all about content, so let's see if we can make this move stick as we go too wide round the corner, giving him plenty of space. He's giving us plenty of space as well. Then he just sort of backs out and lets us have it, which is good news for me, but he gets a run out of the corner and he's perhaps got a chance to go for the cutback. Is he going to make the move? Look at the radar, he doesn't. He backs out and lets us have it again. So we've managed to get the move done. We're in P1 and we have a full race ahead of us to try and hang on, and that is going to be a task in itself. Quick look back there to see the queue of cars behind now. So into the sweeping left-hander now. Just keep your eye on the Delta and you can see a change of position there, and Mr. Arc is now up into P2. So that was a move that I wasn't expecting to happen because it wasn't really a passing point, so that might be a little clue as to what we're going to look at the end of this race. We're certainly going to have a look at that move that caused that position to change hands. But as we get on with our race, we've got a less than 8/10 lead heading down the straight. So we've got Mr. Arc, as I said, on our bumper, in our slipstream, and that is a slight concern, I'm not going to lie. But we can only drive the road ahead. Hopefully we can have a good clean race with him. But anyway, heading down now to the bus stop for the first time. Now I have to say I was having some difficulties with the bus stop. I just wasn't braking in time and I certainly wasn't getting the car rotated enough at this point, and I was losing a little bit of ground to it, the players behind, and you can see GT Arc has caught up a little bit with us there, just chipped a little bit away at the lead. But as we come round turn 1, make sure we don't do what the fellow Italian did, drive straight into the wall. We don't. We've got round it safely. We've got a clear track ahead of us, so yeah, all good, and we maintain P1. So if you haven't subscribed, now's a good chance to do it because, well, why wouldn't you? Top quality content on YouTube such as this, you know, you don't find that anywhere. Well, you kind of do, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Help us get to 5,000 subscribers. Go on, you know you want to. Anyways, we skip forward in the lap. Again, keep an eye on that Delta as GT Arc starts to drop down. He's back down to 3rd now, and you're going to see him slipping even further down the field. So something we know now has happened. You know, so yeah, another incident to look at when the race is done. So we've got the Italian now back behind us, and you can see right away he set a really quick lap, a 29.7. My best was a 33, so he's potentially half a second quicker at least, and that is a problem for me because we now have 2 laps to go a 1.5 second lead to try and defend it, because I know for a fact, judging by his quality time, this guy has got pace round here. We're going to have to try and show that we have got the bottle to hold on to a lead. So you can see though, as we skip forward in the lap, we are now defending a lead of less than 1 second. So this is starting to become a little bit nervy, a little bit more nervy than I would have liked to make it. But I can't do much more. I've gone quickest for myself. You can see the sector time there. I've improved on my quickest lap, and I'm still maintaining the lead. And I think the Italian's he's made a little bit of a mistake behind us there. You can see the delta's crept back up, and we're going to hopefully get him out of the slipstream as we head down to the bus stop. However, I did tell you the bus stop had been a bit of a Achilles heel, and we go a little bit deep into it there, and we get a little bit too much speed there, and we just fight to rotate the car round before going on to the AstroTurf, which could have been a very, very, very costly mistake. So we go fastest for ourselves, but still the Italian has went faster with a 29.6, so he's getting faster. I've got marginally quicker, but yeah, I know that he's going to be, he's going to be on me. He's got a point to prove. He did start this race in pole, and he probably wants to finish the race ahead of me still. So all to play for in this final lap, and I have to say, even though I was doing this off stream, the nerves were going. The nerves, the adrenaline, it all goes, and that's the beauty of Gran Turismo. You can level a lot of things at it. It might not be as in-depth as ACC or iRacing, but I'll tell you what, the actual racing itself gets the adrenaline going. I've said it in previous videos, it's what keeps us coming back to this game. It's just addictive when it comes to good racing, and this was turning out to be a very good race. We're now defending a half-second lead. It's actually less than that. Look at the delta coming down, look at the radar, he's basically right on our tail now. So it's like the start of the race again. We're back in the same position we were on lap 1, with him breathing down our necks. So he's managed to catch back up over 2 seconds to beat this point, which means he's clearly quicker than me. However, racing isn't necessarily about who's quickest, it's about who can cross the line first, and there's many different ways to do that, and we're going to have to perhaps put in a little bit of a defensive show as we come round the final sector of the race. And as I said, we were driving, from my perspective, we were driving pretty well, pretty consistently. You can see that in the lap times. We're right in about the 2:30s, and there's not a lot else we can do. So this is going to be all or nothing as we head down to the bus stop. And as I said, we have got problems with the bus stop. So looking at the radar though, just had to nail this corner. You can't afford to go wide, and judging by the radar, he has went wide. He's going to have dirty tyres now coming into the bus stop, so keep an eye on that radar as we head down there. We don't want to have any collisions, and we managed to get round. I think he was having difficulty stopping, but we look back, he's got actually served, well, he's got a penalty now, so he must have got a track limit for his little escapade off there. But the main thing is, we have crossed the line in P1. Wasn't the prettiest, we weren't the quickest, but we got the job done, which is not something I can say very often when I'm racing against players who have qualified ahead of me. So delighted with that. You can see GT Arc finished further down the grid, and we're going to have a look at the incident that happened in lap 1 that caused the change of position. Now let me know what you think about this one, because, well, that is just a horrible move. It's, I don't know if it's outright dirty, but it looks like it is. Now, if that is unintentional, then surely you give the place back. You wait and let the player back past, because that is just not on. And it actually almost costs him another position, because the obviously player in P4 has a run on him, and he has to defend off that position. But now we head back into lap 2, and you can see he looks up ahead, and you can see GT Arc getting a dose of karma there as he goes off and goes into the wall. And this must have been one of the most ambitious rejoins I think I have ever seen before he gets reset. So all in all, it probably worked out well in the end for us. Certainly, yeah, it was just a horrible move from GTR, and it's one that, unfortunately, it's, you know, you have a reputation of being a dirty driver or being over aggressive, and it sticks, and it's very hard to shake it off. And I think that's a prime example, because I think he's been racing a lot cleaner recently. However, that move just shows that it's always in there and it's always waiting to come out. And unfortunately, if it's in a race where someone makes videos, then they might just show it to a lot of people. So anyway, there you go. So hopefully you enjoyed it, you found it entertaining. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, help us get to the 5,000 subscriber mark, and I will see you all on the next one. Goodbye.